Hello everyone, and welcome to the Divine Disadvantage book launch video series. My name is Toby Edwards, and I'm the author of Divine Disadvantage, coming to Amazon and Kindle on July 7th. Well, today I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about what does the Christian life look like during a season of divine disadvantage. Well, during those seasons we endure setbacks, tragedies, periods of injustice, and departed favor. Sometimes in the blink of an eye, our carefully crafted and comfortable lives become disadvantaged by God's divine hand. This is not cruel sport ordained by God for His own pleasure, as Satan would have us to believe. It is actually the beginning of God's preparation period for our eternal purpose. It's time to heat the steel. An excellent example of divine disadvantage in the Bible is the story of Joseph. You know, Joseph was special in a way that none of his other brothers were. He was the 11th son of Israel, born to him late in life, the miracle baby of his favorite wife, Rachel. And because of these facts, he had the ultimate commodity in ancient Israel, the favor of the patriarch. So much so that Israel had a tunic of many colors made for Joseph to show his great love for him. And then to top it all off, God chose Joseph to give holy prophetic dreams to. Joseph's brothers were so envious of his standing and favor that the Bible says in Genesis 37 that they hated him and could not speak peaceably to him. It was about this time that Joseph's descent into divine disadvantage began. It was now time for him to experience setbacks, tragedies, periods of injustice, and departed favor. Here's that chronology. Joseph went to Dothan to check on his brothers, and his brothers kidnapped him and sold him into slavery to Midianite traders. Then he was sold again to a wealthy Egyptian named Potiphar. Joseph did well and ascended in the house of Potiphar, only to be wrongfully accused of sexual assault by Potiphar's wife. He was put into the prison where Pharaoh's prisoners were held. He found favor with the warden of the prison and rose to the position of administrator, directly beneath the warden, in all matters concerning prison operations. Many years later, Pharaoh's baker and cupbearer were put into prison, but not just any prison, the prison where Joseph was in charge. Joseph interprets the dreams of both men and tells them that the baker will be executed, but the cupbearer will be restored to his position. As it comes to pass that the cupbearer is restored, Joseph begs the cupbearer to remember him when he gets before Pharaoh. But as soon as the cupbearer leaves the prison, he forgets all about Joseph. A few more years pass, and Pharaoh has two alarming dreams that he cannot interpret, and the cupbearer immediately remembers Joseph. Now the stage is set, and Joseph is ready to stand before Pharaoh in his destiny. So to recap, Joseph went from the care of his father to the mistreatment of his brothers, was sold into slavery twice, wrongfully accused of sexual assault, imprisoned for approximately a decade, forgotten about by the person he had so graciously helped, before he would stand before Pharaoh. Setbacks, tragedies, seasons of injustice, and departed favor. But what Joseph didn't know was that each of those tragedies, each of those setbacks, every season of injustice, and every time he experienced departed favor, God was moving him closer and closer to Pharaoh's orbit. With every painful circumstance that he endured, his heart was becoming softer, more pliable, and more humble. By the time he stood before Pharaoh and Pharaoh's dream was presented to him, the first thing out of Joseph's mouth was this statement: "It is not in me. God will give Pharaoh the answer of peace." And that, my friends, is the work of divine disadvantage made manifest in God's perfect timing. Isn't God amazing? Well, thanks for watching this video today, and stay tuned for more videos as we lead up to the launch of my new book, Divine Disadvantage, on July 7th, available on Amazon and Kindle.